We are thinking real estate.
We are always thinking real estate because that's,
You are.
I am. And everything.
I just think about it most of the time.
We're, everything is related to real estate.
Kind of.
Mostly,
Kind of.
primarily.
Yeah.
I mean, look, we're going to talk to Kelly Hoover today, and she's going to talk about parks and recs, and that is definitely related to real estate because without a good parks and rec program, or with a, let's put it in a positive, with a good parks and rec program, we can increase the value of our community, which increases the value of real estate.
And then we have people call all the time that, excuse me, that call and say, hey, we're moving into the community, we're looking at houses. Because people look at schools, they look at recreation, they look at the type of things that their family can get involved in when they move into a community.
Yeah, that's.
I agree. That's critical.
And I've been on a dog and pony show with Kelly talking about the millage rate that's coming up. So she has two hats on today.
Yes, absolutely.
We'll just turn it.
Maybe two or three, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Well, yeah, she's got the cemetery hat.
Yeah.
Right,
She's got the forestry.
right. What else do you have?
Parks, recreation, mom, you name it.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of hats there.
But that's why you do such a good job on the Parks and Rec is because you are that mom experiencing it as you go along.
Multitasking there, yeah.
You know, I bet you do something and you go, oh, you know what? We need to do that for everybody because if my kids need it.
Absolutely.
So give us a rundown on what kind of, tell us about the Parks and Rec.
Oh my gosh, Parks and Recreation Department's amazing, in the cemeteries, and now that that's in our group. It's been a tradition of programs and parks in our community, since World War II. We've had a relationship with Jackson Public Schools dating back to the mid-1930s. We've been around for a long time.
Do you know who started it? Somebody had to create it.
No, it was funny. I read about it. We have a book in our office, and it was in the 1930s. We had a kind of more of a community education where we affiliated with, and there really wasn't. The city helped out financially, and so did JPS, and we had a community education between the two of us. Early 1940s, they said, it's time for a city parks and recreation department, and Jackson Public Schools said, we'll support that. We'll come your way and supported that. And so that's when in early, 1942, the establishment of the Parks and Recreation Department for the city came through.
So no, there's no one person, though, that they can point a finger to that said they spearheaded this whole...
I think it was a group of people, really,
Okay.
quite honestly.
We'll have to look back and see who the mayor was in 1930.
There you go.
I know in 1920, the mayor of Jackson
Yeah.
was the one who had the house that I live in built.
Well, do you have a name for that?
Brown was his last name.
No first name? Just like Madonna?
Yeah, exactly.
Brown?
Madonna. No, and I almost said George Brown, but I know that's not right.
Okay.
That George Brown would probably make a good mayor if he ran.
Okay.
We'll see if someone comes back and tells him, and then he calls me and says, hey. Anyhow.
But there was a director that was one of the first directors of the department, and I'm a back, I can't remember his first name, but Sherrick was his last name. And he was with the department for many years.
Okay.
And so he was one of the first directors of Parks and Recreation.
I used to coach basketball for the Parks and Rec.
Did you really?
Under Marilyn.
Yeah, Marilyn. Wait, I just saw her 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, Marilyn still helps us out. Marilyn is an amazing woman that did recreation for many years, over 40 years here in Jackson.
Yeah.
And I actually, around 18 years ago when I came in, my job was Marilyn's job because she had just retired. And she always helping hand, or I still talk to her about ideas and thoughts that are going on.
Trivia question.
Oh, boy.
Who ran it before Gary Lamb?
Oh my gosh. You ran the recreation part?
Does she win anything if she gets it right? Because maybe that will put more pressure on her.
I don't know who is between Sherrick and Gary Lamb. I'm not sure. I don't know.
I don't have the answer.
Oh, well, Google it.
Well, I thought that
You
was
got a
trick
computer in front of you.
Okay.
Jackie's picking up her phone.
Because of Sherrick, Gary Lamb, Jim Parrott,
Yeah.
were the directors that, I know mostly about, and a great group of people that left a lot behind for us to make sure that we do a good job in our careers, and they were amazing parts of Jackson and still are.
Yeah.
Well, we all know that you have basketball and baseball and Some
Football.
of the typical football, some of
Soccer.
the typical soccer. What are some of the unusual things that you do that we don't know about?
Well, that's a good question because people always, if they do one thing, they're thinking all you do is summer programs or all you do is basketball. But we have so much going on. With the Recreation Village coming up, that's for youth and seniors. And in that come special events like daddy-daughter, mother-son, tennis programs, swimming, our 50 and Better program, which is our trips and our activities at the Booth Center, gymnastic classes, after-school programs. There's so much that goes into the Parks and Recreation Department. It's been kind of neat as we go around out in the community and you start talking about, we have 27 city parks and we're doing these recreation programs. People are like, really? I can't believe we have so much going on. Because a lot of times people kind of just get into whatever their program is but not seeing the whole big picture of it. And so I think with this Recreation Millage coming up next week is really important because it is strictly going to recreation programming and to those people that participate 18 and under and 50 and above.
If I vote yes on that, you're not going to use that money to pave our roads or...
No, it can't go to anything. It can't go to park building. It can't go to anything other than programming
Programs.
for youth
Okay.
and seniors.
What's the most unusual program you have?
Oh, boy,
The single
unusual.
most unusual.
Well, I think there's two programs.
Okay.
And then one I don't think is unusual, but I kind of balked at it at first because I thought, I don't know. We started a track and field program with Corey Pryor at Jackson High School. He is an amazing person, an amazing coach. And Andrew Sargent, our recreation superintendent, came to me and said, hey, we want to do this track and field program, Kelly, in the summer, 3-4 nights a week from 5:30 to 7 p.m. And I said, track and field at one of the hottest points of the day. They'll be hot on that track at Jackson High. If you stood on that track or field for more than a few minutes during that heat, you know what it's like. And I thought, I don't know, Andrew, but I said, let's try it. Let's see what happens. And it has the most successful program we've had. I mean, just,
Really?
oh
How
my
long have you
gosh.
been doing it?
This is I believe, our third year.
Okay.
We have, I think, over 150 participants, and these kids are amazing. They do Monday and Tuesday. They practice, and every Wednesday is a track event. And you out there, I came out on a Wednesday night. They were doing a track and field program. Stands were packed, parents, grandparents, people watching. It was the most amazing thing.
Oh, you love that.
Oh, it made me feel so good.
Just to have something for those kids to do in the summer.
Oh yeah, it's just you just never know what that niche is going to be, and Coach Pryor has done an amazing job with that
Yeah.
program.
And that's at Jackson High?
at Jackson High. And
Nice.
you would think that there was a high school track meet or football game going on. The stands were packed, people were screaming. It was fantastic.
I wondered what that noise was
Yeah,
that I could hear at my house.
Yep, that's it.
And then what's the second one?
A new one. We have a recording studio at the Martin Luther King Center. And
Oh.
we're teaching with that, in order to record, you're going to have music history lessons. We're doing podcasts. So that's kind of unique in the sense it's our first endeavor into those type of programs.
And who's managing that one?
John Willis.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, that's right, because
He's amazing.
oh yeah, he can
He has
sing.
so many
He's a
talents.
podcaster.
Oh
He is a
yeah, that's
podcaster.
right. I forgot about that
And
too.
he has an amazing, we've been really lucky. And I think that if you talk to anybody in our staff, they would say the same thing. Along with our long history of what we have going on with the staff here at the Parks and Recreation Department, most people never leave the Parks and Recreation Department. They retire from it, and then they come back, and work in the system. And
Yeah, you got a great crew.
Oh, great crew. And John Willis is amazing. Just
He
amazing.
is.
Andrew Sargent, Kathy Voss, Suzanne White, everybody that's involved. We have Joe Hawley's our new guy on the block, and he's fallen right into place with that group.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
And who is funding? How did they get the recording, the stuff to record?
Comcast. Comcast
Oh,
came through.
nice.
Comcast
That's right.
is
And-
a good friend to the Martin Luther King Center. They take good care of us.
Comcast did some other things over there. What else did they
Computer
do?
lab, which is fantastic. So we have after-school programs. Internet is expensive, and a lot of people do not have internet at their home or access to a computer, and they can come down to the King Center and do that, regardless of age. You feel like you need to come on down, we'll take care of you.
Plus, I think Comcast has a program where if you do the school lunches, I don't know what they're called. Help me out here.
Free or reduced lunch.
Free or reduced lunch. You qualify for the $9.50 a month
Right.
Comcast internet, which is,
Well, I think
It's a good deal.
I would say I just
I'd
sent
trade
them
my bill for that.
I think I just sent them like $63 or something like that.
Ooh, wow, I'll trade my bill with yours.
Well, I think that's important too. I didn't, you know, if I'm wrong on the stat, I apologize, but I think that around 80 to 85% of students receive free or reduced lunch. You know, and
I think it is pretty high.
I think it's important that we, you know, understand that statistic and make sure that we do things to
Plus,
help
you
it.
have lunch programs, and I don't know if this comes through Parks and Rec or not.
Well, that's
Or
again
the
our
public
relation.
schools.
Public schools. That's our relationship with Jackson Public Schools, and we have a great relationship with the Catholic school system too for years and years. And I know your kids grew up through that. And but with Jackson Public Schools Nutrition Department, they came to us, you know, probably 10, 12 years ago. They were like, hey, we're starting this summer program. Can you help us out? And we said, sure. So it started out at our playgrounds, and then it kind of grew from there, went into parks. And now at the King Center in the summer, if you're under 18, you can get breakfast, lunch, and dinner at the Martin Luther King Center. You get a hot meal. Come on down. We have a great relationship. They just had a big party at Loomis yesterday, celebrating their lunch program. So you know that's been a fantastic thing to see grow. Brett Russell for Jackson Public Schools done an amazing job growing that program.
And does he man that? I mean,
He does. Well, he
that
has
doesn't
staff.
fall on John's shoulders too, does it?
No. They send staff in. Jackson Public
Okay.
Schools sends staff in and helps out.
Wow. Well, I was pretty impressed when I was elected. Kelly took me for a tour. And despite growing up in this community, I didn't have a clue what we had. You know, you do get that tunnel vision.
I think you do, and I think that you know, being here and then having a family here, I look at it a couple ways, but I think that you know, man, Jackson is just a wonderful community, and they do really one thing well, and that's take care of Jackson. You know, and people take care. They care about their neighbors. They care about keeping kids busy. They care about affordable programs. They care about what's going on in their town and in the school district, and it's impressive. It's really impressive.
No grade school kids, so you probably got away from that. Do you find that, Kelly?
Sometimes, yeah. You know, but then I went to speak at a club. Laura was there, and we were speaking about the millage and things coming up. And this gentleman stopped me after. He had grown up on over by Kiwanis Park. He said his family was one of the first families to divorce in that neighborhood. And if it wasn't for the Parks and Recreation programs that summer, he didn't know where he would have gone or what he would have done because there was a lot of things going on in his life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that was probably 50 years ago. I don't think that story's changed much since that point. You know, we're still providing, a lot of those basic programs that were provided 50 years ago are still going. And I think a lot of people that look back at it can say, I knew who my playground leader was. Yes, I did tennis. Yes, I did basketball. I think that, connection to it's still there.
Plus, I think it's a great opportunity for me, when I was, I think I had
I used to
graduated.
go to Griswold.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
so who was your playground leader? Do you remember? Trivia.
That's
Trivia,
a tough one there.
Do you want Jackie to Google that?
I don't think Google goes back that
I always liked it because Marty Griffin grew up on Kiwanis, and Randy Rozak was his playground leader on Kiwanis.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they always had a lot of stories.
Then we-
Yeah.
Well,
Then we-
Randy always has a lot of stories.
That's
I
true,
don't
too.
care where you go on
Then we
that.
sneaked to Bloomfield
Yes.
and play
Yeah.
baseball.
Yeah. That was a great baseball field.
And now you can play basketball and tennis because we just did the ribbon cutting on Thursday. And last Thursday, and the courts are beautiful, and it was busy. They were, I think the minute they opened that court up,
Yeah.
the kids were back there playing basketball.
Well, I think too, another thing that happens, we hire 300 to 400 seasonal part-time high school and college kids throughout the year. A lot of times we're the first job that a lot of the kids in the community have. If they're lifeguarding, if they're roughing soccer, working at a playground, working at the King Center. And, you talk to a lot of people, Andrew Sargent in our department's a prime example, grew up in the programs, worked at the playground programs in the summer, became the playground supervisor, and came back, and continued in the field. My husband, he grew up, he was on Longfellow and Wilson, he's a playground leader, teacher. You see all these people that are like, oh yeah, I worked at, Wilson School in the summer. And, there's a lot of people in the community. So I think that's what keeps it alive. If
Yeah.
people didn't have that, and I think we've been pretty good stewards of what's been going with the money and the programs and things.
And I think people trust it.
I think so, I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah, who couldn't trust Kelly? Look at her.
Very
Everybody
trustworthy.
can look at the video later because we're videoing this.
Oh, great, good. Hello. My allergies are going crazy, I'll look great.
What about the elephant, the Sharp Park pool?
Sharp Park Pool. It's just thanks for bringing that up. That does come up because when going around knocking on people's doors and talking to them about the recreation millage, they bring that up, and it isn't part of that because it's a not a program.
Right.
It's it's an expensive fix. It's over $2.5 million to fix it, and then $100,000 to run that pool for 10 weeks. And it's a lot of money, and it hasn't been in the budget for probably 6 years now.
Doesn't make a lot of sense, does it?
Well, when it gets down to it, I think people have, and I do too. I lifeguarded there. I taught swim lessons. My kids took swim lessons there. I hear about it in my car every day.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that people have really good memories and really good feelings about that pool, and I think that's fantastic. But unfortunately, it's just, $100,000 for 10 weeks is hard, and
not
on top
realistic.
of doing a $2.5 to $3 million fix, it's a hard call.
Unless a miracle happens, it probably will not come back.
Well, especially when you've got a big pool right across the street.
Well,
Right.
and that's you've moved your programs over to Parkside.
And Parkside has been, and Jackson Public Schools again has been amazing with letting us use that pool, and we're finding a lot of success with the swim programs there.
Rain or shine, you can
Rain
swim
or shine,
there.
and that's one thing. Yeah, we don't cancel very often, so that's a good thing.
Those kids don't get that 1 day break from
No, they're like,
lifeguarding
come on.
like they might do at other
no
pools.
tan either, so that's a
Right,
tough
well
one.
that's
Yeah.
true. Now can I swim, what's the Nixon, I've been to Nixon Pool, but I don't remember. I know there's a lot of play equipment, which is
Oh, yeah.
fun.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
can I swim laps at Nixon or
No,
no?
it's a water park facility.
So it's shallow.
It's shallow. It's a zero depth entry, and then wraps around to where the slides are, and I think it's about 12 feet deep where the slides come in.
Oh,
So
okay.
It's an active pool. I think last Tuesday we kind of hit some good weather there, and we had a record number of people. So
Yeah.
we maxed out every session, but weather this summer has not been cooperating with us very
It was
well.
kind of cold last year, if I remember right, too, wasn't
Yeah.
it? And then we had the polar vortex.
We had some.
I don't think we had one day in the 90s in July. So
Okay. And have we had that this year?
this year,
Oh, we haven't had it this year. I was talking about last year.
I don't know about last
You
year.
don't remember
I
that.
don't know what I had
Jackie
for
could
breakfast.
Google that.
Come on.
Did you have breakfast?
Well,
Good
that's a
question. You could maybe sweet talk Kelly and go get breakfast at the park, one of the parks.
Yeah, I could do that.
There
You
you
played
go.
your cards right.
There you go.
Well, anything you want to say specific about the millage?
The millage, again, it's, a renewal to a certain degree. We have been 0.2 mills, but we're going to 0.5. It's the traditional programs that we've had, but we're going to offer a lot more. We're going to go into some new avenues of programming, update a lot of things, update equipment, bring in some more part-time and high school and college age staff. There's a lot to be done.
And if it doesn't pass, what does that mean?
That means one
Where
or
I
two
paid
things.
$10 or something?
Right, one or two things, the prices are going to go up, or you're going to see,
Substantially, I'm
Yeah.
told,
Yes,
right?
yeah, and I'm sure you'll see an elimination of some programs because it just wouldn't be affordable to do so, and that is part of it. I mean, this is really, this is really taking the care of the kids in the Jackson Public School District. We were talking about 85%, free or reduced lunch. These are kids that can't afford to pay $200. It costs $140 to outfit a kid for tackle football.
And again, the key, Kelly, really is, I think everybody's in favor of it. Probably 99%.
I
but
sure hope so.
They won't all get out and vote
Right?
Tuesday.
We
That's
just
the
need
issue.
the ones who do vote to vote yes.
Well,
That's all we need.
Yeah.
If not everyone gets out, we need those who do vote to vote yes.
And it's on the back of the.
Turn the card over,
Turn
is
the
that
card
what you're
over.
saying?
Yep. Make sure you turn the card over.
There's no trick on the language or anything.
No, it's
Yeah.
pretty
Vote
right
yes.
there.
So the typical home
Vote
in
yes.
the city of Jackson is taxable value is $25,000 roughly. So this would cost them $25.
$25
a
here, so you're
year.
looking at $2.08 a month.
Well, thanks Kelly for coming in. I think
Thanks
that's
for having
awesome for
us.
us to know. Is there a website anybody can go to?
Playjackson.org. You can find out more information.
Nice. And a couple announcements on my end. We've got the Amazing Race coming up on August 16th. We're just now starting the advertising and we already have 22 teams registered.
Wow.
We are limiting it to 40. So there are only 18 more teams that can sign up. If that is something you want to do, I recommend that you get on it. You can call, what number you want to call, Jackie?
782-7011.
782-7011 to get more information. Team registration's $100. You could find a sponsor that's $150. There are lots of options. The after party has Kung Fu Diesel there from 5 to 9 at the Riverwalk Amphitheater, which is the park that's right next to Consumers Energy. $20 a ticket includes getting in to hear Kung Fu Diesel and food, which Julie Tuluki of Oak Tree Lounge and Catering Company is doing the food. Then we have a mixer for our team, so if you sign up, there's some fun
Anybody
stuff.
can come.
Anybody can come, I'm sorry. August 5th at Chase downtown. And that's August 5th, 5:30 to 7:30. So come see what it's all about. Thanks.
Hey, you sell houses too, don't you?
8, yes, I do. I list and sell houses. There's a lot of things I do. It's kind of a fun year because the houses that I'm selling are, they're good transactions, they're good people, and it's been an interesting year.
780-3800.
Correct.
I'm Dale Morash.